everyone. Welcome back to Real Talk with Joe. I am Joe, and today I am thrilled to introduce to you my special guest. He is an entrepreneur. He is the CEO, MD of one of the best automobile workshop here in Lagos, Nigeria, and he's known as the Range Rover Doctor.
Good evening, everyone.
Welcome.
I'm delighted to be here.
Thank you, sir. Today, we'll be diving into a topic called money management in a relationship. And this topic we will dissect with our special guest here, a man that has seen both words and conquered. Now, sir, I would like you to explain or define money management to us.
Money management in a relationship can be described as managing the resources of both partners to meet their needs in the best way. Simply put,
Okay. So do you think this money management in a relationship, let's take marriage for instance, do you think it's possible?
it might not be totally 100% perfect,
Okay.
but the optimum value can be attained. What I mean is, if you have goals, all couples have goals. They want to live in a big house, they want to drive luxury, lovely cars, they want to go on holidays, they want to dine at the best restaurants.
Yeah.
And at the end of it all, you might not be able to achieve everything. But if you plan with your partner properly, you'll be able to achieve some of those goals.
All right. Let's look at an instance where we have um partners that are not earning on the same level. What do you think will happen when it comes to managing their finances?
Okay, like I always say, when two people come together, it doesn't necessarily have to be marriage. When two people are in a relationship, first of all, they have to be honest to each other about, to a certain level, about how much they earn, how much income they have. Then both partners would actually discuss the goals. And if one partner earns more than the other one, there should be a balance. There should be an agreed balance because, from my experience, the problem that comes in when it comes to managing finances in a relationship is when one person actually feels like the scales are tilted, you're spending more than the other person. But if there is a pre-planned, it doesn't have to be definite. It might just be a conversation like this. There's the pre-planned agreement, and each person knows the value or the percentage they are going to impute. And this value, if we're talking about values here, it might not just be the finance. So let's look at the case of let me start with, typically, most of the time, the men are the breadwinners. Yeah. So a case of where Mr. A and Mrs. B cohabiting, and the house needs to be taken care of. I'm not even talking about marriage now. The house needs to be taken care of. You're looking at her input as the input of a house maintenance arrangements. Lights, good, and all that. And she cleans the house, takes care of the house and everything. So that's actually an input into the relationship. Yes. And even if it's not a written agreement, the man takes care of her basic needs at a particular time. That's a balance. That's still a balance. So you see, we can actually go up the scale like that. So when the woman earns more, the man can have a particular input that balances out the finance that goes into that particular um, aspect.
Well, I think I have a question there.
Go.
You said when the woman earns more,
Yes,
the
because
man will balance
yes,
out.
yes, it's quite possible.
How do you mean exactly?
Okay, so let's say, for example, if I'm not talking from, if I say this might be like from my own point of view. So okay, let me just give an example. The man is hands-on. Um, his income is not as high as the woman, and let's say, for example, at the end of every week, he checks her car, sees if he can do a DIY service on the car. That takes off a lot of burden on her own pocket as well. So it balances that out.
Okay. Thank you for that. So let's look at the tips of money management now as a couple in a relationship. What are the tips you think we could use to manage or um, s- give like a scale of what should be done with our finances in a relationship?
Okay, so there's no clear-cut rule. The tips would vary, but I'm going to use three instances here. First of all, we look at a couple that are both income earners.
Mhm.
And on the second instance, we'll be looking at a couple where the man earns and the wife is maybe a stay-at-home mom. And the third instance will be the reverse.
Okay.
Okay, so for the first instance, they both earn, no matter how small, no matter how small you earn. If you're just starting out, because I've heard this from a lot of people, oh, there's nothing to save. I don't have enough. I'm not earning enough. How can I even save when I'm not, I can't even meet my basic needs?
Yeah.
No matter how small you earn, this is the rule. You need to have three accounts. So now we're talking about startups first. There are no kids, no just the two of you in a marriage or in a
Okay.
relationship, and you have like basic central common financial needs. So you have your account, and as the woman, and the man has his account. Then you have our account.
Okay.
Now, when you do that, you come up with how much you need for your basic needs, like fueling your car, running around, doing stuff for yourself, while your partner does the same. Then you have the collective needs,
Mm,
running the house,
mm.
um, feeding.
So if I'm getting you right, three accounts, one for the male, one for the man, one for the woman, which means private accounts.
Private accounts.
Then a joint account where a quarter or like a part of their finances is being put equal.
It depends. They
Okay.
might not. It's quite impossible to have them earn the same amount of money. So it will depend on how much the man might be taking out 25% from his earnings, and the woman taking out maybe 15% or the other way around, and they run the account like that.
Oh, cool. So that brings us that brings us to where they say at least a woman should be able to um, add something, add value to the family. So
Yes.
if they're both earning, there should be an additional value from the woman's post too.
If they're both earning, they're both saving in a common account, and there's additional value from both sides.
Okay, so this common account now, are you saying that this common account is now what they use to run the family, or it's something they save for the future?
Both. run the family, save for the future of the family. For example, they need a new house. They need a new common car. The house needs to be upgraded. They need to pay the staff running the house and all that. So it's a common target account for everything they want to achieve. And when the man earns more or there's a windfall, you have extra money. For example, you have bonuses from your work. You can go like, okay, I have more now, so I can actually boost our savings for this month and all that. And of course, I need to note this too. If there's no health insurance, that account becomes like an emergency account for stuff like that. For stuff like yes, that. For stuff like that.
And for a family where the man is the head, the man says, I'm the head of the house. And as the head of the house, I should provide. I don't need your money. I know you're even when you earn more than me. Um, I don't need your money. I don't need you to put money into a joint account. I will create an account for this family to run on and for like future savings. What do you think is such woman would add to what value financially? Even why I'm saying this is I've seen an instance where the man is a real African man and doesn't like to take money from a woman. There are men like that. And even when he's struggling financially, his wife can assist, but he still won't take the help. How do you think that woman? What kind of advice would you give that woman for to as how do you think she can assist her husband in certain ways without assisting? Something like that.
So I was expecting you to ask that. My honest advice to such a couple is to the man and to the woman, don't ever make that mistake. That is a grave mistake. So even if you earn and you say, okay, I'm in control, I think my wife shouldn't work or my wife shouldn't, you still have to create that account.
Mm.
So even if she's her input is not going into the account, you fund the account, but it's a joint account.
Okay, how does she come in when the finances are needed
Okay,
and the man
so
can?
no, this gets as interesting as it sounds. The man feels like he's in charge.
Yeah,
For a man to feel like you're in charge, which means you've already placed that value on the woman, which
yeah.
means the woman's value is like your queen. And
Mm-hmm.
that's already a value.
Hmm.
That's already value on its own.
Okay.
Yes, for a man like that, he already has this whole uh, jewel kind of mindset about who she is, and saving in an account like that is shows that her value is well recognized. So
So
that's her
that's
value.
why he doesn't need her to bring extra.
If he says he doesn't, that means he's capable.
Okay, so I for one feel like if you're in a relationship that is, mutual understanding relationship,
Yes.
and I know when it comes to love, women are really crazy when it comes to love.
Completely
So when you
lost.
see a partner, your partner going through certain financial crisis, and this is the kind of man that will not take any assistance from you financially, I feel there's some way the woman can come in. For my own point of view, I feel like the woman can carry some bills in the house without, it's only when we are the women, we are the one that runs the home. Trust me, men think they own the home, but the women actually runs the house. So in this way, I feel helping this way of groceries, and certain kind of bills that are very easy, like light bills. If you're staying in an estate where you pay water bills, you could pay the water bill even before he notices. Do you
So
understand?
yes, so like I said, there's a reason the queen is the strongest piece on the chessboard. So a man that actually feels like he doesn't need the woman's input for the joint account has already been funding that account, and that account is um, jointly owned. So she has access to that account. So that's why I said, do not make that mistake. If you're a woman and he doesn't want you to have a joint account, you have to insist. So at times like that, you already have a fallback piece.
Yeah, even in
Yeah,
times of
to take control.
crisis.
Yes, in times of crisis.
Yes, because there are situations where I've seen where the man is in the hospital and they have to
Exactly. I
force him
wanted.
to
I
sign
yes.
his bank check so they can withdraw.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
okay, so families here always have a joint account for emergencies because you never can tell what will happen at the end of the day. God forbid, we're not praying for any of such, but in case you have issues like where your wife has to stand up for you and be the queen, give her access to what she can use to become the queen. Another question I have in my mind is about planning for major expenses in the family. There are times where the man is capable enough to plan for the future. What I mean, plan for the future is get like investments, invest in houses and get some things for the family, getting cars and all that, major expenses. Um, and there are situations where the man isn't capable enough, but has to be the man. How do you think this kind of couple will go about planning for major expenses? Does the woman, um, do we have to ask, does the man have to ask the woman to bring a share or a part of the bill, or does he just keep quiet and suck these things himself?
Okay. So we're back to the instances that I mentioned. The first one was the two partners with equal earning power, and the second one was the man, as usual, being the breadwinner, and the third one was the other way around, which is the situation we're talking
Yeah.
about now. So basically, that is my reason for saying you must operate three accounts.
Yeah.
Because if you have three accounts, in this instance, if you have three accounts, means there is an account that is ready and set for these responsibilities.
Okay.
So when you want to, for example, let's say there's a car that does the school runs, and it's getting old,
Yeah.
and the man goes like, "Oh, this car is old." So they sit down and they deliberate on it together. While this account, the input to the account has been maybe 20% the man and 80% the woman.
Yeah.
But that account has been slated to run the issues in the house. So in that instance, you're not saying, "Oh, this is how much I put in this." It's our account. It's not your account. You have your own account for your own. So this is our account. It's jointly owned, and no matter how much share you put in it, there's no major shareholder in that account. It's a unified account for the couple.
Okay, yeah, the bank says there's no major shareholders because it's a two signatory to the account.
Equal.
But in the home, does that play?
Okay, so remember at the beginning, I mentioned that you have to sit down to discuss this and have a mutual agreement. So if we have a mutual agreement, like, and we say you earn more, I earn less, your account is yours. So out of your account, you might earn, let's say, 1 million, and I earn 100,000.
Yeah.
And out of your account, bring out 20%, which is 200,000.
Mm.
My account will bring out 20%, and that's just 20K. So each month we save 220K. It's our account,
Mm.
right? So it's like pay as you earn. It's like a tax. It's like a tax on your. It's a tax on your
Yeah, I think
account.
that's the best
So
thing to
yes.
do.
So if you do
For
not have
couples that
that,
are smart, anyways.
for couples that are smart, anything outside this arrangement is always chaos.
Okay, we've been talking about couples that have jobs. How about when you have a full housewife, or you have a girlfriend that you're cutting or you're dating,
Yes,
and she doesn't have a job?
it's the same thing. So this is why I said three accounts. So
It just has to be the man put in the money there because the lady
Yes.
doesn't have a job.
Okay, hold on. So this is how it goes. We have three accounts now, and her account is basically, let's say, zero every month. Okay. Now she brings in. She stays at home. She brings in an input of taking care of the house, right?
Yeah.
So there is still that joint account that at the end of the day, the man earns, like I said, let's say in this case now, the man earns 1 million and you put 20% into that account. So that's 200K. So at the end of the month, the joint account has 200K.
Yeah.
It's our account and she doesn't have a dime in her account. So she has the right to say, sweetheart, it's the end of the month. I need to fix my hair. It's our account. So I need a certain percentage to run me from this account. And she has the right to do that.
Well, I
And the man that earns 1 million, you're earning 1 million, you're putting 200,000 in your joint account and 200,000 in your own account. So if you want to take care of your stuff, it wouldn't feel like somebody else is trying to, scrape out of your earnings. It's me doing all the work. So when you have the joint account, it actually shows that there's an input. There's always an input in a relationship from both ends.
yes, because I think majorly the woman has a constant input where she takes care of the home, takes care of her
And
husband.
a house
If you
husband,
have
so in some cases, there are some house
barely in
husbands.
Nigeria,
Yes, I've
yes,
seen cases
hardly
like
in
that.
Nigeria, but
Yes.
as for the common knowledge of what the Nigerian setting knows as a husband and wife setting, it's always the wife being at home, even if the man doesn't have a job. Um, I especially for the ones that are really illiterate, they just feel like even if I don't have a job, I stay around the house all day. The woman should still come back and take care of me because
No,
I am the
that's
king of the
no,
house.
no, that is very wrong.
So that's what I'm saying. The mentality is when the man, there's always housewife, hardly house husband, except you're married. So let's not go there.
So for financial stability and to achieve financial success in the relationship, you must realize that even in whatever you do, okay, for example, as a human being, that you must have a service. You can't just be,
Yeah.
uh-huh. You must have a service. There must be something you do because when you offer service, you get paid, you get financial returns.
Yeah.
So you must offer service, even if it's in the home. So as a man, if you do not have an income at that particular time, there are a lot of things to do that would make the woman's burden
Yes.
easier.
Mm-hmm.
Clean the house, take care of stuff, even attend to her when she comes back.
Ha, some men will beat you for this thing. They will flog you.
So, but if you cannot do that, then you get a job. You get a job so you can now offer the financial input. Without an input, there's really no relationship.
True, true. It has to be a teamwork.
Teamwork.
Teamwork always win at the end of the day.
Exactly. Because as humans, you have basic needs. You must feed. You must bath. So they're
There are things you
constantly,
can actually
constantly,
help out to do.
constantly. So if we even look into the olden days, even before technology and all that, the men actually went out to look for food, to fend for food. Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's where we get the whole thing about a man takes care of the home while the
Yes.
woman
No, the man fends for the home while the woman takes care of the home.
yeah, fends for the home while the
The
woman
man
takes
takes
care
care
of
of
the
the
home.
home.
So if you
Yes.
are a house husband, please get up and go get a job.
You can't get a job then. Take care of the house.
Yeah, do the
Take care
job
of
of the woman.
Yes.
Do not the job of the woman because I don't think that there's any specific description to these jobs.
No, it could be in the modern society, it could be plumbing, electricity, keeping the house clean, um, taking care of the kids,
Yeah. Okay.
a lot.
So, men, please, you can hear. You hear this? Okay. So, I need to know if out of this joint account that we're talking about,
Yes.
do we still have to do a budget?
Oh yes. So
Even
it's
well, we
like
know this
so
joint account is for this and that and that. We still
exactly.
have to do a budget.
Exactly. So this is where we now move to the next stage. For couples, it's like look at yourself like an economist, like a small country. You're in a small country in your own small house. You have to, but you must first of all um, spend less than you earn.
Spend less than you earn.
Exactly. If you do not do that, you can't save.
True.
Anything above the nominal mark is now a debt.
Mm-hmm.
So you now start owing. Spend less than you earn. Luckily, in this region, we have very, very few people that have access to credit cards per se. So we won't go there. So you need to plan. Now, that's what the joint account is for. You need to plan. You need to, first of all, calculate your income after taxes, agree how much you're going to pay into your joint account. Then you now stipulate what this joint account is for. First of all, running the house, percentage to run the house, percentage for emergency funds, a percentage for house development. House development does not really mean the house itself. Every other thing, new clothes, new cars, and everything. You plan for the future. You also save for your education, children's education, for um, holidays, and all, and every. You must plan. So at the end of the month, or twice a month, each couple should meet on the dining table with your pen and your paper and talk about what you have, your needs, if you need to jointly invest in something else, multiple streams of income, and all
Yeah.
that. Yes,
Okay.
you must plan. You must plan,
You
plan,
must
plan,
plan.
plan because it's never stagnant. It always gets the needs and the money you're saving and your financial needs always gets higher and higher and higher as time goes. So there must be a plan,
Okay. So,
especially for emergencies.
especially for emergency. So, if you even when you're not earning like a lot, and you know you've learned the master the act of putting aside, you still have to plan for what you put aside and how to spend so you don't run it out
Exactly.
because emergencies can just come
They
up.
will not just can, they will come up. Emergencies will come up.
Okay. All right. So now in this economy that we are in, which
Hmm.
it's glaring that you can't survive on one job. There is no way one job can carry your bills because the bills are higher and bigger than the earnings at the end of the day.
Yes.
What do you advise for people that would like to earn more or gain financial freedom?
So I call this the new Nigeria. So
Mm.
in our new economy, the first thing I will tell you is that if you're earning at all, be very careful at jumping into something you don't know.
Okay.
Very, very careful because you could lose it all.
Mm.
And at this point too, I would say explore investments, and other opportunities. But be very, very, very careful when you say multiple streams
Streams
of
of
income.
income.
If you're both working 9 to 5, it's very difficult because if you want to move into the entrepreneurship lane, you need to know what you're doing, and it might need more of your time. So, investing in stocks and other crowd investments might make sense. Do a lot of research
Mm.
into other investments, but do not just jump off the line just because you want multiple
Stream
streams of
of
income,
income.
because whatever you're jumping into will require finance from your current income. it will require finance from your current source of income.
Mm.
Your savings was from whatever you do right now.
Mm.
And if you want to jump out of it, it's going to suck out of that particular savings. So if you're very sure what you're going into and, test the waters, with before at the time, you will achieve, you may achieve.
So, what do you advise, like, for someone that is trying to get a side hustle and feels like I know how to do this business, but I don't have the time because I need to fund the business? You know, getting our Igbo brothers do it a lot. You know, getting a shop and putting in some goods there and putting someone to manage the shop for them, or maybe their partner to manage the shop for them. How do you think this is like a wise decision on getting another stream of income?
I would say it's a 50-50 risk. Every business is a 50-50 risk. I've seen people start up businesses like that with people they do not know from Adam and worked out. And I've seen people start businesses like that with blood relatives and it went down the drain.
Mm, true.
So it's a risk, it's a 50-50 risk. If you want, it's worth doing if you know what it is, you know about the business. There are new technologies to put in place. You can have cameras, you can have everything in your business, but do not put anything more than 30 to 40% from your savings into
Okay.
a business you've not started or you've not done before or you're not used to or there's no structure that's running.
Yeah, structure matters.
Yes, it does.
Structure matters. You didn't just dive from
Straight.
bed and say, okay, yes, because I like fashion designing, I will just dive and put all my money
Exactly.
inside. You
Exactly.
have to know what you want to do, where you're heading, what type of fashion world do you want to explore, and all that. So,
Exactly.
structure is very important. So, while we're still talking about financial freedom, um, hmm, do you think their financial freedom is even it's it's do you think is achievable in the now Nigeria, the Nigeria of today?
I would say worldwide, financial freedom is a thing of the mind. Human needs are insatiable. You
Mm,
can never be 100% satisfied.
true.
Financial freedom for Mr. A with the same amount is different from Mr. B. So it depends on
On what your financial freedom
what
is,
your financial goals are.
or financial goals are,
Yes. So,
or
but
what financial freedom means to you.
to you, but in a vague definition, we can say financial freedom is attaining that particular status where you have enough to fend for all your present needs and have a particular sum put aside for the future needs. So that's actually an aspect that's a break-even point of financial freedom. And yes, it's totally achievable, even in our current situation, because they always say whatever situation there is, when one door opens or when the one door closes, another opens. So there are people and there are businesses right now that has an advantage at this
Mm,
current time because of the whole turbulence over like a few years ago. So it's
mm,
left for whoever is investing or whoever is starting business to think
mm.
about what to do, the needs of the people.
Needs of the people.
So financial freedom is 100% attainable.
So, true. Adding to that, I would also say that we have different means of you making extra cash, because I wanted to, I forgot to say it when we were talking about other streams of income. You can you can make money from your home. There are so many ways now. Technology has made it easy for you to have access to making money online without leaving your home, at the comfort of your home. You hear of affiliates. It's not everyone that carries laptop that is a scammer now. They're, they're
Yeah.
affiliate marketers, which affiliate marketers marketing products for other people. You don't have to create the product. You don't even have to sweat it. All you just need to do is learn the skills, have a passion for something, and use that thing to sell products that are that's in your niche, things that if you like singing, there are products they can sell that other people have created already that are in your niche, the niche of singing. It means what you really love to do. What if when you're woken up at the middle of the night and asked to do, you can do. Find what you're passionate about. There are products for everything that you're passionate, every area of what you think you're passionate about. So if you want more details on this, because I myself am an affiliate, and don't worry, we'll give you the details. Just drop a comment down below and I will get back to you. If you want more details on being an affiliate and making money with your phone, there are different means. People are being creative, digital creative, content creators now, and they're making money. You need to learn how to make money in this modern world. Technology has brought everything to other palm now palms. Just take advantage of this opportunity, and you can get financial freedom from there. That's one way to get financial freedom, apart from the big money parts. So I want to talk about investments. Um, while we are trying to get financial freedom, you know, I know in this part of the world, investment is really important. Is one of the thriving means of gaining financial freedom. If you put money somewhere and you're patient enough to get a couple of years later, you're going to make like times two, times three, especially real estate. Okay, yes, exactly. So that's if you have the money, please invest. So I wanted to ask, are there other things you can do to like an investment to gain this financial freedom? Apart from the fact that apart from real estate that is common to every other person, what else do you think people can put their money in and be able to, just an idea for people to know that, okay, if I don't do real estate and I don't have enough money for real estate, I can as well just put my money here or put my money here and I will get not a quick money get rich quick money scam. I'm saying financial freedom of investment. Yes. Right? Where you have to get money put into something and now get more later, like in 1 or 2 years time. Basically, maybe sometimes it's 5 years. More, yes. Down the line. Okay, so are there other means? The other means you have the stock market. Stock market? IPOs, and you have bonds, government bonds. So there are other means. If you go online, you can actually search and see which suits you more. Yeah. There's crowdfunding. Like there's an instance where for farms coming up where you buy a part of the farm. When they say buy a part, you're just buying like it's like a share. So you're buying like a part of the investment, and they actually give you interest and yield on that particular part. So there are a lot of yeah, I haven't heard there's the real estate investment now. Yes, where you put crowd investment. Yes, where you put an amount of money and you in a year time you're making more money. Exactly. From it. So but be very careful when you do that. Be you have very to careful. Research. Be very careful. Research and ask questions. Yeah, yes. I could. A friend of mine one time told me about that, and I think it's lucrative if you get the right people. That's. And remember, it's never magic. You're not expecting to get that fast. Like so, you have to be patient. You have to be patient. That's how investment works. Just like the stock market, yes. So, finally, I would want you to give one or two advice to couples that does not believe in budgeting and saving for the future. What do you have to say to them from looking back at your story, where you've made it once, you got broke, and you climbed the ladder again, hustling and becoming the Range Rover doctor? So I want you to give out of that experience advise those couples for me that don't believe in planning and investing in the future or um, budgeting for their family?
So the very first advice I would give is number one, never expect to find that pot of gold that the leprechaun left on the road. It won't come.
At all.
It will not come.
Mm-mm.
It won't come. Well, some people are lucky and they might just win the lottery. But if you search, believe me, if you search the internet for everybody that's won like this huge sum of money without a structure, they lose it faster than they made it.
Sure.
So never believe that all of a sudden, because that's what keeps, yes, it's called hope. That's what keeps us going. You just hope that one day to get better,
Mm.
one day you go better, right? So if you do not plan for that better, if you do not look at, okay, this is where I am, this is where I think we should be, this is how we should plan, these are the steps we should take to get there, it's going to be very, very hard.
Mm.
And this is the advantage you have as a couple. Two heads are better than one when it comes to planning, when it comes to honestly criticizing the other aspect. Okay, what I mean is I'm planning a business, and for example, I want to open a bakery, and my partner says, where are you opening this bakery? Who's going to buy the bread? Where are you going to keep it? How are you going to get there?
Mm.
So your partner, because your partner knows that when the yields come, you share it together. There'll be an honest review of what you're doing. So when you sit down together and plan that this is where we are, this is where we are going, we probably need to get better education to get a better job, or probably need to learn some new skills, or we probably need to develop ourselves at work so that we get a promotion and all that. If you do not do that, that ego better will not come.
It will not better.
It will not better. Trust me, it will not better. So because it's that's the mindset that makes people to jump. When I had my first fall, I jumped. I jumped because I had what I was doing then was good, but I wanted a major break.
More.
I wanted a major break. And whenever you have honey, you have bees.
True.
And I had this advice from here, and I crashed. So if I had sat down to plan, it wouldn't have happened. So sit down, make sure you plan, and do not forget the three accounts. It's very necessary, not just for the accounts, not because the account is there, not because money will come in. It's the mindset that it brings.
Yeah, the mindset first. I
The
agree.
mindset that it brings, and you see the magic happen.
Thank you very much. Like you
You're
said,
welcome.
mindset matters. Sit down and plan. Don't just jump into things. And if you have a partner, please plan with your partner. Your partner is your first client and your first fan. If your partner isn't um, understanding, then don't expect the outside people to understand. Please, wives, help your husbands. Do this together. It's for your family. And husbands, please don't underestimate your wives. We are very sensible. We have sense. Please try, even if it's small thing that is in our brain, just out of every nonsense. There is sense. So please plan with your partner. Don't just jump. And even after planning with them, sit down, relax, take a deep breath, and think through it again before making any move of another stream of income or investing in something else. Thank you today. Thank you very much,
You're
sir, for
welcome.
coming. This was wonderful. I was I'm thrilled to have you here. And I'm sure that the viewers have learned a bit, if not more than I expect, because I have learned something. And if you like this video, if you enjoyed and if it's been helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow my channel. I promise you more of conversations like this, hotter conversations are coming. Trust me. And if you have questions, and you have comments, please drop your comments below and I would reach out to you. Thank you very much for watching and have a blast. See you in the next video. Bye.